Hello again, YouTube. This is the Truth Man here. This is the Manosphere Masters channel, where we master the Manosphere. We downplay and bring smoke to all the grifter, fake Manosphere dudes that's only in it for super chats and money, trying to pretend like they care about these dudes. They really don't, and nor can they offer you. They barely can offer you biblical commentary, because the Most High ain't with a lot of them like that. The majority of them. Which is what I'm coming from on this one. So, I want to talk to you about some very important things that we need to discuss in terms of life in general, and some of the things that took place and are taking place in the spiritual realm that your average person, including your seminary pastors, the Most High don't always show everybody everything. So when you try to discredit, disqualify, and qualify people, just know that the Most High gonna show who he wants, what he wants. So it's an artist by the name of Cloudy June. Somebody told me about her new song, The Devil is a Woman. But I knew about this for a long period of time. And I knew why, and I'm going to keep it basic, and I'm going to explain this to you. I have women and men on my channels that both need to understand this here. Number one reason why the Most High set up the male-female dynamic the way he did was because of what happened before any human being was created. The ministering spirits, which y'all call angels of heaven, as well as, I'm going to go a little deeper. Hey man, y'all might not be learning this in church, but y'all finna learn today. The Most High's wife. Oh, you thought he didn't have a wife, huh? Okay, let me ask you something, just common sense, right? If the Bible says that man was created in the image and likeness of the Most High God himself, then why will we have wives but not him? See, this is one of the biggest grifts. While we talking about grifts, one of the biggest grifts of history is to take away the historical accounts of God having a wife out of the Bible. Now, in every other book, when you're dealing with the Sumerians, when you're dealing with the Egyptian, when you're dealing with this, he always had a wife. The only book that you see him not having a wife in is the Bible. Now, the Bible doesn't say he didn't have a wife. They just kind of changed some of the historical information. It was a lot. Put it this way. I don't want to go into details because I know how they get when you start revealing things that they don't want the masses and the public to know. But through the years, there's been a lot of wars and a lot of bloodshed and a lot of military taking over of manuscripts and bribes as to what to put in translations, what to take out of translations. And if you look at any other religion that's more than 5,000 years old, the Most High always had a wife. Now, I'm going to show you something. God is real. He's real. Anybody that's telling you he ain't, they could tell, it's their prerogative. They could believe that, but that's not true information. It's just not true information. And what he did, I don't know if he did it out of a sense of humor or out of anger. But what he did was not a swipe or a curse on women. What he did was really like a revelation for those who he would show. And so he showed me the revelation. He showed me like how to draw the symbols of Satan, basically. And I'm not going to go into details about that because let's be honest. I need to get my teachings out. And there's some very prominent, powerful people. You know, I mean, the Most High protect. But what he showed me was the seal of Saturn. And what he said was, look closely, what do you see? And I said, I see 2 X's. And then the revelation went, to make a long story short, I ain't going to put everything on here. I'm not. There's too many grifters on YouTube to put all the revelations that I learned from God on here. But he said, what do you see? I said, I see 2 X's. And then he showed me some more things. To make the long story short, he showed me that the devil is XX. But he showed me, for you women, he showed me that the way that you avoid being like her is to be what you were created to be. When you are strippers, when you are promiscuous, when you getting trains ran on you, when you are unsubmissive wives, when you cause the demise in your marriage, but yet you collecting money. When you doing those things, you carrying on the legacy of Satan. One of the greatest mysteries hid is no longer a mystery, as you can see from that video, is that the devil is a woman. Why do you think Eve was listening to her? Why do you think Adam, you think if that was a man or a man's voice, Adam would have been like, man, why you talk? Adam was 100% masculine. He had dominion. The reason why Adam didn't do otherwise, one of the biggest secrets of all time was that was a woman. Y'all ever see the Axe commercial where they were throwing the halos? Come on now. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, watch this. Would a giant man be able to have sex with a regular sized human woman? Or would it be more, how can I say this? Would it be more, would he be or she be able to have sexual activities with regular sized men if she shapeshift into regular size but had genes of a giant? Which one do you think will have an easier time producing? See, we don't know exactly which Nephilim were here. We don't know if all the Nephilim are men. We don't know if they're all women. Me personally, for my revelation, I believe it's a mix. I believe they're mostly male, but I don't know for sure that they all are. So we don't know exactly, like there's things that we're going to find out as the days go on. But what we do know is when you take a rebellious, unsubmissive single mother, how do her kids normally turn out? How? This stuff is common sense. When you really think about it, it all makes sense. It's all coming together. Like, not all, but a high number. What happens? What happens is what we see. Teenagers going crazy. Going crazy. Girls and boys. Starting stuff, can barely be in the store with them. Come on now. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Because it's in plain sight. Do y'all realize how people was coming at me when I put that revelation out about that? People was really trying to say I was a false prophet. Be careful with that. I'm the A. You can say what you want, but I'm for your own good. Just be careful when you call me a false prophet. I'm just saying. Be careful. Because it's easy to look at my outward appearance, look at my numbers and all this, and easily say, oh, that's a false prophet. But then you got other guys out here that y'all are raw than them. Think about this stuff, man. Think about that song. I've been telling y'all this. And just because you were born a girl, listen, that don't disqualify you. But when you act like her, don't think you're going to make it into the kingdom. You not. Stop talking about grace. Grace ain't going to save you. That's another thing. The Most High has to have his own grace. Then he going to judge by his own standards. You can't just sit out here and think you could do whatever you want and believe that, oh, he died on the cross for my sins. And then you just going to make it in. But yet you, how many times can you, okay, let's say the teaching of the cross of Christ is the truth, right? Right? People get saved by it, regardless if it's the truth or not. The Most High, if that's the route you take, he'll save you. If you sincere and you really believe that, he's not going to hold everything that's true and false against you. So, let's say it's true. How many times can you kill him? One? Exactly. You only could get it one time. So what happens if you take your one time and now you done went right back and intentionally did the things that you knew that he died for, right? Okay, listen, listen. I believe what I believe. You can believe what you believe. You know, I don't force it. If you come to my church, I'll teach you what I believe. Other than that, if you don't agree with me, you just don't. I don't try to undo what you believe. I know what I'm saying is the truth. I know what I teach is the truth. So if you got saved through the cross of Christ, through faith in the cross of Jesus Christ, you only can take that sacrifice once. Oh, you still don't believe me? Go to the book of Revelation, chapter 22. What does it say? It says that you're going to be rewarded according to your works. Okay, if you and your faith was centered on the cross, now how are you still going to be rewarded according to your works? It also says, repent and do your first works, and return to your first love, or he'll remove your candlestick from its place. Now, if that was enough, or that was the way, would it say that? If that was the way, then what about King David? What about Elijah? What about all them? You can't make a sacrifice after the fact. I'm just showing you, man. I'm not trying to tell you. I'm not trying to undo. I'm just giving you something to think about. So he has his own grace. Why? Because we all gonna keep sinning. There's not a person that's going, okay, I got saved. Now I'm going to be without sin forever. That ain't how it works. Because there's things that are sin that we don't even read about. Everything ain't in the book. See, now I'm giving you the Prophet Howard. I've been telling y'all about the devil being a woman. That has nothing to do with women, being women. That's just the way it happened. See, what happened was, just like now, you give XX too much leadership, too much leeway, and they're going to turn into something else. That's been going on. since the beginning of time. The first divorce happened in heaven. Now, I've been waiting, I've been holding off for a long time, not wanting to show y'all this. But now that this video is out, I have to. Women, your job from God is to cater to your man. He can be your only one. You young girls, don't give it up. Keep your blessing. Save that for the guy that commits to you in marriage. Keep your blessing. Don't be like the devil. You women that's married, when you don't submit to your husband, when you try to leave your husband for another man, when you bring other men, you done committed adultery. That's why it says he will judge you. One reason why he'll judge you is because you're doing, you making him relive. Basically, he can't look upon you because you making him relive what he been through first. All type of betrayal, and they up there trying to have sex. He had to beat them down and throw them out. See, this ain't in the books. This ain't in the books. Do y'all really know what happened in the Garden of Eden? The same thing all over again. Okay. Where does the Bible say that Cain was Adam's son? You know what? I'm just going to go off the air because I'm getting too deep. Some of y'all is not ready for this. Some of y'all just came into faith. So I don't want to go too deep. This is Manosphere Masters. Check out my other channel, No Matrix, No Simping on Subjects channel.